Famously, Soul Reaver 1 had many elemental Reavers planned that were cut from the game, with only the Fire Reaver and Fireforge surviving to the retail version. In the alpha builds, these rooms are present scattered throughout the land, although they're not entirely functional. Most have some sort of forging cutscene, but require the ability to then be manually activated from the menu before allowing you to re-imbue from the source. Let us take you on a tour of the forges as originally planned, show you some of the early designs associated with the blades, and test these elemental Reavers. The Sunlight Forge was found in the connecting tunnels between the chapel and the Seraphan tomb. In retail, a distinctive Valkyrie stained glass window is placed here. This is absent in the alpha, although the window or a similar feature may have originally been planned to indicate the entrance to this forge. In the final version, this forge was replaced by a room called Bonus 1, which houses an Eldritch energy recharge. The Sunlight Reaver would be imbued by bathing it in shafts of sunlight. The Water Forge was originally found beneath the Drowned Abbey and was replaced by the Fire Forge in retail, which on reflection didn't make much sense as you'd lose the Fire Reaver as soon as you gained it. To re-imbue with water, Raziel would have to plunge the Reaver into waterfalls, fountains and spouts. Notice the different decor in comparison to the retail Fire Forge, and the unfinished blade appearing as bright yellow. The Stone Forge was obtainable right after defeating Dumas in the back courtyard of the ruined city. The retail version instead housed a large hall with an Eldritch energy recharge at the end and a couple of Dumahim. The forge itself looks to be a modified version of the Sunlight Forge with a stone pedestal. The Stone Reaver shattered its enemies. Fire seems to be associated with Raziel's clan, as both the Fire Forge and Fire Glyph were meant to be discovered there. As in the case of the Stone Reaver, Raziel would need to use the Constrict ability to get the Fire Reaver in the drawbridge area of Raziel's stronghold. The Fire Reaver would engulf enemies in flames. Note the early design of the room and the cyan coloured Reaver. Located in the human citadel where an Eldritch upgrade is in the retail version, the Spirit Forge would have required possession to access. Its entrance stairs are unfinished, and it is believed that, like the Spirit Glyph altar, it may have required a sacrifice to forge it with a soul, the possession of a nearby human potentially being the key. The Spirit Reaver notably consumes the souls of its enemies. Located just off of the chamber Cathy 42 in the upper cathedral, the Sound Forge is notably unfinished, and consists of an untextured copy of the Sunlight Forge. This Reaver was to be re-imbued by striking bells in the cathedral, a mechanic which sadly isn't functional in the alpha. Despite all Reavers being accounted for, the Alpha build has one more unknown forge present, located in a deleted valley entrance to the Oracle's Cave. Like the unfinished Sound Forge copies the Sunlight Forge, this unknown forge uses the Stone Forge as a base, but uses a different repeated stone texture for the walls. The forge is not identified, and it is unclear if this was simply a placeholder or intended for something more.